All right, so we already saw the pitch meeting for this. I'm still going to include it at the end of this one. So we'll watch the honest trailer first. This is a versus. Let me know which one you prefer between the two. The honest trailer was, the pitch meeting was very funny. We're going to check out the honest trailer now. So let's get to it. Comment down below your favorite moments from this and the pitch meeting. If it's your first time or it's your second time watching it or third or first time watching it with me, whatever the case. And as always, like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. So let's get right to it. What a mess. 320 million.
From two guys who can't seem to climax without Kevin Feige watching comes a world where humanity let the machines take over for them. Produced by two dudes who let the machines take over for them.
Wait, hold on. The Russo brothers aren't afraid to admit that their robot movie used AI. Avengers director Joe Russo says AI was used for voice modulation. And Netflix film The Electric State insists AI is best suited towards creativity. In certain aspects, sure, but I wouldn't say for art, and I wouldn't really say for video all that much, but I get it for the voice to a degree, because we do that already. I mean, why not? Like, if it's easier, use AI, but not for everything. Now, I use it a lot for work. Let's just be straight up. But my work is like, people related and document related. I'm definitely using AI. There's no argument you can have towards me on that. I'm going to do that. It makes my job easier.
Well, at least they stuck to their guns about not running back to the MCU.
Stuck to their guns.
Words mean nothing. The Electric State.
No, they need that.
Time to check your phone, because Netflix has released another movie. This one is set in an alternate 90s, where Disney built Skynet.
Initially developed by Walt Disney, robots were eventually put into mass production.
After the cutest little uprising, the robots have been rounded up into a giant computation camp. In this failed metaphor for racism or immigrants, I think.
Hey, you ever seen these guys before?
Dude, we don't all know each other.
We should fear literal killing machines, though, right? Don't panic. It's just their culture.
Oh my God.
Millie Bobby Brown stars as a 21-year-old portraying a young teen.
Podcasters are mandatory in grades 9 and above.
Yeah, here is like I couldn't roll with it. I was like, no, she's an adult, and playing a high schooler. She looks the part now. Like, she looks like she's an older person trying to play a high schooler. You see it a lot in a lot of Disney movies too. As far as like the Disney Channel movies, my kids still watch those sometimes. You see it a lot there too. Here now, she's aging out, so she's got to move on.
Thanks to techniques like giving her fake braces and otherwise not even trying. This feisty orphan is content to snark her way through the wasteland.
That's like law.
And you're like a moron. Are you trying to be a dick, or does it just come naturally to you? Oh, sorry, I have a condition where I can only live in reality.
Until she stumbles across a dead-eyed mascot with her brother's soul inside, sending her on a journey to rescue his brain from the internet? Honestly, if the star wouldn't watch the whole movie, why should we?
Wait, hold on. What? 1 in a million? Watch a movie? My brain and I don't even enjoy sitting through one of my own films. Okay. I don't even like my own movies. I just can't sit there and look at the screen for that long. All right, cool. I mean, I know a lot of actors and actresses that don't watch their own stuff or watch movies to begin with. A lot of actors, like, you'll tell them things. Shoot, Gwyneth Paltrow didn't even know she was in 7 MCU films. Like, she didn't even know she was in Spider-Man Homecoming, all that kind of stuff. Like, there's different things where, okay, it's work. For them, it's work. They just don't maybe like movies at all. So who knows? I don't know. I can't fault them for it. Even though I love it, you love it, we enjoy it. Sometimes the people that we watch working don't.
Play a rousing game of which character actor did 3 days of AI-assisted Zoom acting.
I couldn't tell who was who. It didn't care either, but apparently Anthony Mackie was in here. The guy who played Stryker in X-Men, can't remember his name, but like X2, and was on Succession. I think he's in here. There's some good voices in here, but I couldn't tell who was who.
Make money
and keep running, baby.
Whoa, this legit.
Yes, sir.
1873 Cold Peace.
Obviously, you see his face. So.
Oh, jeez, people. Where the heck did they come from?
Hey, come on, Hank Azaria. That's just Mo.
Where the heck did they come from?
Because that's more fun than any
God.
time you'll spend with Chris Pratt protagonist Type B, subtype Wig. Yes, he's another empty vest, stuffed full of millennial pop culture drops.
I am not dying of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch!
And a 5-arc anime's worth of hungry protagonist.
We found an old Panda Express in the X. All of the food was still good.
I'll have a cheeseburger.
Oh, sorry, we're out of cheese.
That's fine. Burger and fries.
Oh, more bad news. We're out of that, too.
Sometimes he'll even do both at once.
I'm not eating the freaking Masters of the Universe tie-in Zagnuts in the original packaging. The G.I. Joe lunchboxes don't have lunch in them. They store lunch for children.
In this performance so generic, even Chris thinks they're starting to blend together.
Even Chris thinks. Chris Pratt says he plays a sliding doors version of the same character when making big commercial movies. I'm realizing that there are similarities. At least he's aware, you know. Maybe he's just kind of going more the character actor route. Like that's, you know, that's fine. Guys do that for a while, except he's getting a lot of like leading roles. So I guess there's a difference there. He needs to change it up.
Here, I'll help you out. If Chris in the vest you see, Owen Barley, Joshua Keats, if no vest is on your man, Peter, Jim, Andy, Dan. If he's in a cartoon show, Garfield, Emmett, Mario.
Oh my
Together,
God.
they'll face off against Stanley Tucci, Hollywood's latest
What was the
dead-eyed
point?
Steve Jobs / Elon Musk stand-in.
Scary stuff, the future. Especially when it's all in your hands.
Except this one gets dicked by Mr.
Sheesh.
Peanut.
I'm here to renegotiate the treaty.
He got humanity hooked on VR that destroys a teenager's mind from within.
Centris Network runs through your brother's brain.
But only one teenager. It's not Instagram.
Only one.
Debatable.
In his most thankless villain role since he shielded the pill in Transformers 4.
You like music? The pill.
There's also Gus Fring as a Fallout New Vegas NPC,
I didn't retire. I just ran out of bots to hunt.
leading an army of drones so
right.
fragile, Drake could probably take them out with a slipper.
Yeah, that was okay. Yeah, this was it. Oh my God, yeah, that part was a little bit.
So get some chores done
Stupid.
while you half listen to one of the most Netflix originals.
Life.
Algorithmically tuned to deliver that just happened comedy.
That son of a threw a friend at us!
Melodrama broad enough to transcend subtitles.
He was all I had, and I lost him twice.
And action that actually looks pretty decent for a streaming movie that cost only, let's see here,
Oh God.
$320 million? What? That's it. The movie business is cooked.
What?
We need to go back to like shadow puppets on the cave wall
Oh
after
my
this
God.
one. Starring
320
Millie Bobby
million.
Brown, the biggest loser,
Okay.
Data,
Oh,
literally
right.
Data,
No, for real.
Breaking Butt, George Washington Carver,
Okay,
Stanley
'cause of the
Techie,
peanut, yeah.
Jack Off Lantern, Return
What?
of the Mackie,
Wait, that's who played that character? That was Anthony Mackie's character?
Techie, Jack Off Lantern, Return.
I honestly couldn't tell. Is it? If that's how, because I haven't looked it up. I really don't even care that much. But okay.
of the Mackie.
George is getting upset!
Joe Russo talking trash.
Always.
Trash talking? Talking to trash? When Drake won't stop
He's always got to
texting
show up in his
you.
movies.
Kind of in the middle of committing like 20 crimes right now.
And when you put your in the garbage disposal.
Oh God.
Metal and meat together.
Oh my God.
Robo flop.
Okay.
As if they didn't already deserve director's jail. Completely wasted Patty Harrison cameo.
I mean, you know, there's a. I don't know. It was number one on Netflix. I think. Is it still? I know, like 2 weeks in a row. It was for sure. But I don't know. That was still pretty good. I think the pitch meeting might be a little bit better. Watch it and you tell me.
So, you have some new content for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's based on this dystopian graphic novel called The Electric State. No, sounds like reading. Oh, no, don't worry. I figure we just basically grab the general aesthetic and make a Marvel movie out of it. Oh, I like that.
Yo, literally, in almost every aspect. The quips, the music.
The sound of that. Besides, who knows better than us how to put together a story? Nobody that I've ever been able to fully pay attention to. So tell me about this thing. Well, I'm thinking Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Brown. She has a lot of followers on Instagram. She sure does. So many big numbers. Amazing. But I did mean tell me about the story. Oh, okay. Well, this takes place in the 1990s after a big robot war. There wasn't a robot war in the 90s. No, but like what if there had been one? Oh my God. So anyway, robots rise up because humans don't want them to have rights or live lives because they're objects or whatever. Whatever. And the robots were kicking human butts for a while because robots don't need to eat or sleep, but humans do. Right, we do need to do that.
And we have to blink based on Chris Pratt's character, what he says. He blinks, so, you know, that's important to him.
Yeah, and in fact, we're going to have this badass line from Chris Pratt's soldier character where he's like, these bots, they don't need to eat, sleep, or blink. I blink. Okay, I guess that's badass. Doesn't blinking mean to show weakness in a standoff, though? Yeah, so badass. But then this big company called Center, they make this thing called the Neurocaster. What does that do? It's this mind upload software that lets humans control drones, so that gives them the edge and they win the war. What did that change about humans needing to sleep and eat? Hey, shut up. So then Bill Clinton's...
I didn't even think about that part. The first thing I thought about was the movie Surrogates, I think, with Bruce Willis. When like you could like you pretty much did VR in a robot body, but it looked like a person. Then you got Ready Player One. This movie is just a bunch of movies smashed together, super expensive, and has no message. But you know, it's whatever. They're just spending their money. They do what they want.
Signs a treaty with a robot, Mr. Peanut, to put all these robots in an exclusion zone. If their whole thing was that they didn't think the robots were alive, why didn't they just turn them off so the movie can happen? So anyway, a couple of years later, everybody's wearing these Neurocasters recreationally, and the world sucks, and Millie's family's dead. Not fun. But one day, this frickin' robot Cosmo shows up, and he can only speak to her in pre-recorded lines from this old Cosmo TV show. Oh, kind of like Bumblebee and Transformers with the radio stations. Yeah, when movies are successful, you can just kind of take things from them and put them in your movie. That's how we make many of our movies. I know, right? So this robot, turns out, contains the consciousness of her dead brother. Oh. So he's like not actually totally dead, so they need to find his body, and Chris Pratt's gonna help out along the way. And what's his deal? Well, he's Chris Pratt. You're damn right he is. Chris Pratt has a robot friend named Herman who can be voiced by whichever MCU actors available and interested. It truly does not matter who voices this character. Love that. So they're gonna have this funny back and forth where Chris Pratt is like, did you unplug my refrigerator? And Herman's like, yeah, I need it to charge. So the robots don't need to eat or sleep, but they do need to recharge. How was that an advantage? Hey, shut up again. So Chris Pratt agrees to help Millie Bobby Brown because they're being chased by this robot killing colonel. Of popcorn? No, of an army person. Even scarier. So they got to go into the exclusion zone, which is super dangerous and tough to get into. So how do they get in? They go into it. Good strategy. Glad that paid off. And they meet Mr. Peanut and a bunch of other fun, hopefully merchandisable robots, as well as this human doctor they were looking for. A human doctor? What's his deal? Well, his name is Dr. Exposition or something. I don't care. He's going to explain everything to them. Such as? Well, it turns out Millie's brother was very smart, so Center realized they could create the Neurocaster technology by keeping this kid in a coma and using his very smart brain. One kid is powering the whole world's drone technology. That's what we're going with. Just a real smart kid's brain. Well, okay then. And so this doctor helped the evil CEO skate. He didn't know how to skate. No, his name is Skate. Evil sporting goods are tight. This doctor guy hooked up Millie's brother to this system, but he doesn't want to be evil anymore, so he helps robots. Sure, okay. So the good guys ask Mr. Peanut for help, and he's like, I would never help a human. I'm Mr. Peanut, and I'm mad at humans. Sounds like this Peanut's got a pretty firm stance. For sure. But then he sees Millie Bobby Brown and her robot brother watching a robot cartoon, and he's like, you know what? I'm in. Oh, wow, that was quite the 180.
That's all it took.
Have the power to change people, sir. For example, you and I will be much richer after this one. Wow, that's a beautiful sentiment. Anyway, so back to this dystopian world where people can't stop staring at screens. Right, the one you're writing. So that freaking colonel shows up with an army and destroys staring at screens. Wow, that's a beautiful sentiment. Anyway, so back to this dystopian world where people can't stop staring at screens. Right, the one you're writing. That freaking colonel shows.
The one you're writing, right? Like not Real life? Yeah.
Goes up with an army and destroys the robot's home and kills a bunch of them, and they take the brother back to center.
Right now.
Oh no. So now the good guys decide they need to go unplug the brother, and that'll take down the whole system. So they go attack.
That's
Very
right.
exciting. Super exciting. Because these are all characters that we've gotten to know and we care about. We do? Well, not us personally, and maybe not the audience, but somebody out there maybe. That works for me. So there's going to be a big old fight between the robots and these Neurocaster drone soldiers, and the robots each have their own unique fighting style, so that's fun. Oh, they do. So now Millie Bobby Millie has to get her brother out of the system. Oh boy. So she actually plugs in and goes to talk to him, and he's like, yeah, you gotta kill me. And she's like, I don't wanna, but he's like, do it. And she's like, okay. I mean, if this kid is the key to all the technology at Center, it's gonna be tough to disconnect him. Actually, it's gonna be super easy, barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, there are these 3 glowing buttons next to his body, and if you press them, he dies. Oh. Yeah, so she presses those big buttons and saves the day. Well, great. Really great. So then we get to witness the triumphant moment where Chris Pratt jumps alone in front of a green screen shouting, we won, yay, we won. Now that's cinema. I want to spend $320 million on this. Seriously, you want this to be one of the most expensive movies ever made? I do.
Oh my God.
I gotta ask, how do you keep doing stuff like this? Let's just say I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve.
That's literally
Hi, this is Ryan George from The Thing You Just...